Hi everyone, good evening. Ayan, welcome to another midweek session with us here inside Powerhouse OBM. And we shall start in a couple of minutes. So I hope to those that are at home now, you have time to spare. We would love it if you could join us live so that you could also get real-time feedback to any of your concerns sa ating special guest for tonight. Pero sige, let's wait for a couple more people to join. If you're catching us live, please do please do let us know where you're joining us from by commenting it in the comment section. We would love to know where you guys are from. Malay nyo, dyan ang next nating event in person, di ba? Palipasin lang natin ang initang panahon, guys, kasi it's so hot nowadays. So I hope you have means to cool down. So aircon, tubig, any refreshment, and good luck talaga sa ating Meralco bills. But yes, you gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, I am excited actually to learn from our guests for tonight. So I'm very grateful for the people around her that are supporting her that allowed for this event to happen. And yun nga, if you're catching us live, I really tell you to and highly encourage you to join us. Kahit, just watch while you're eating. If you have your partners with you, your kids, definitely there's a lot of things that we could learn from our guest tonight. And what's also special or unique for tonight is I am actually introducing a very what's that term? Nabusta na ako ng vocabulary, guys. A very special. Kung may gaganda pa sa word na special, so siguro a very important and valuable, ayun, a very valuable um, team member sa aming Powerhouse OBM and Systemized Ops agency. I would love to introduce her to the community, to everyone as well tonight, kasi you will be seeing more of her in our future events, both virtual and in person. And she's actually helping us tonight. This is her, okay, yung chat sa akin, guys. Mali ba yung screen na share ko? Wait lang, close na natin. um, Sige, medyo happy tayo today kasi dapat happy lang. But yeah, yun nga, I would want to really introduce one of our very valuable members to you guys. And yeah, in our future events, both online and in person, you will meet more of her. She's actually a very grounded individual, very generous, I would say, and definitely very talented. So we're definitely grateful to have her share her skills with us and to you guys as well in our community. And starting today, or at least this is one of her, um, I would say event because she really wholeheartedly volunteered. So we thank you, both Rina and I. So for tonight, I would want lang to introduce to you guys our, yeah, itong I would say our resident um, NLP, tatawa siya, a resident NLP specialist, self-published book author, copywriter, and our grounding expert na din kasi she helps ground us, Rina and I. And she's gonna be our also our, I would say, community host yan, community events host. And yeah, she is a self-published book author, storyteller, and certified NLP practitioner by the American Board of NLP Practitioners. And this lady believes success and happiness are possible for as long as we believe and claim the personal path we choose. So very aligned talaga siya. And without further ado, I would want us all to welcome our very talented and grounded RJ Vargas. Hello, dear. Good evening. Everyone,
So,
please help me welcome her. Hi naman kayo in the comments to
hello.
welcome her. Ayan, I
Wow.
love it.
Thank you,
Sige.
Miss Days. I feel so honored na parang lumabas ako sa malaking stage.
Of
Na-imagine ko na
course.
agad yung malaking stage na everyone was clapping with the way you introduce us. And I also want to commend Coach Days as well. I've been following her talaga in the start of my freelance journey, and it's so easy to vouch for her if there are people around me who really needs her expertise, who needs her as a coach, as a mentor. Kaya when I got the chance to work with Coach Day, sabi ko Rin connected me to Coach Day. It's a no-brainer. uh,
Thank
uh,
you.
let's go all in.
Yes, let's go
And
ahead. So I'll leave the floor to you, dear, to introduce
yes.
as well our amazing guest for tonight. Everyone, if you know anyone in the community or kahit random, tag nyo lang in the comments. If you're inside Zoom, take advantage of this opportunity na to really ask and be open to receive feedback and guidance from our guests kasi hindi ito basta-basta lang nakukuha for free, guys. So definitely take advantage of this opportunity. But yes, I'll go ahead and leave the floor to you, RJ. Thank you.
I am so honored and privileged na maipakilala yung guest speaker natin tonight. She is a body-based strength optimization expert. She's an internationally trained speaker, and she has helped hundreds of individuals find their alignment by decoding their natural genius. On a personal note, isa ako dun sa hundreds na yon. Before, I'm still struggling to keep clients. Ngayon, ang good problem ko na, dinadala na ako sa Singapore, tapos baka may maiwan akong gamit. Ganong level na yung mga clients na naa-attract ko na ano talaga, they respect my time, they respect my craft, and it's because one of the strength na nailabas ko is aligned na talaga siya sa ginagawa ko. So imagine what else would it help you change, 'di ba? Kung makita natin yung pag-break ng pattern with the help of this body-based strength optimization expert and a good friend of mine, Coach Chris.
Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, Coach Days, for this time slot and for the opportunity to like help the POBM community. Thank you so much, RJ, for hosting this. Ayun.
Thank you, Coach Chris. So before we start, sa mga nandito sa atin sa Zoom, saka sa FB Live, again, the format of this live Q&A is you are free to ask questions, okay? So whether you want na to raise your hand, na bigay namin sa inyo yung mic, is for those who are here in the Zoom, or for those in the FB Live, I am seeing your question, just drop it in the comment section. Kasi kung nahihiya pa kayo na magtanong, I could start it for you, okay? Pero syempre baka maya-maya kasi lumabas na rin yung yung idea at insight na ay ako rin 'yan, relate, 'di ba yung ganun, relate, felt. So for the meantime, let me break the ice first na this session kasi is entitled Why High Achievers Break the Hidden Pattern Behind Overthinking, Fear of Failure, and Never Feeling Enough. So, kumbaga, nandito tayo, hindi lang to sa mga freelancers hindi lang to sa mga corporate people or even business owners. There is a certain pattern na the more that we are doing our best, the more that fear, overthinking, yung mga self-sabotaging thoughts, parang lalo tayong hinihila pababa, di ba? So, kumbaga, magandang itanong si Coach Chris That's why I'm really encouraging you to drop your questions. Pero don't worry if medyo nahiya pa kayo, I will start with the first question. And again, Coach Chris, pang ilang beses na natin ito ginawa in your community. I want you to feel free and just you feel free to share your insights. Parang no holds barred, yan. Kasi the more na lumalabas yung spontaneity mo, the more na nakikita yung how people relate with you. So, my first question is, why do high achievers look like they have it all together from the outside, but deep inside, they're really breaking down? Alam mo yan, yung sila yung sinasabihan na, sana all, how to be you po, ikaw na talaga. Pero pagdating ng mga 10 p.m., 11 p.m. ng gabi, parang papaisip sila na, ito ba talaga yung gusto kong buhay? Yeah. So tell us
Yeah.
parang ano yung nagiging processing noon or line of thinking, especially if you have work with mentees na dumaan sa ganong stage.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so first of all, when you say kasi high achiever, no, we probably have different definitions of that. But for me, personally, when you say high achiever, these are people who have high standards of themselves and therefore are achieving heights, 'di ba? So, with being a high achiever kasi comes the high performing na portion ng sarili natin. Of course, because you know that if you want to achieve heights, you will have to perform. And comes with that high performing self is the pressure to perform an identity. And therefore, when we're trying to perform an identity and usually these identities that we perform are really identities that we just aspire to be, identities that we hope would be, like the identities of people, gurus, influencers, successful people that we see. Na, oy, gusto ko rin maging ganyan. In fact, I know for some time, you might actually have told yourself, I want to be the next insert
Yeah.
powerful name, right? And that's the problem. Because when you perform an identity, that's very tiring, that's very exhausting. And that is the reason why behind closed doors, you're actually breaking down. Because your body can't hold it. Okay? Kumbaga, your identity, what people know about identity is that it's a concept, right? Like it's a concept. I just have to be it. I have to be calm. And they treat it as something that is just in the mind. Na sige ma-achieve ko yung identity na yan if I will have more mindset, coaching, whatever. And then comes the closed doors. Like when you are alone at 2 a.m. and your body is already telling you all the signals na I'm not happy, I feel depressed, this is not the life that I want, hindi ko gusto yung ganitong routine, and you don't understand what's happening with you. So, these are the main reasons bakit high achievers are actually breaking behind closed doors. They really look great on the outside kasi comes with a performed identity is also the need to not let your audience or not let the outside world know what's really happening inside because you have to hold it together. 'Di ba? Alam ko nakakita niyo na yung mga yung mga posts sa TikTok na holding it together because, 'di ba? Yung mga holding it together. And we all can relate to that because at some point in our lives, we've been performing an identity that we are not. And yun nga, yung sinabi ko kanina that when we think that identity is just, kumbaga, you can be an identity that you want just by doing it in your head, that's the most dangerous thing that you could ever do to yourself. Because part of your identity is your body. Like, where are you living right now? Sino ba yung nagpe-perform ng actions na ginagawa mo? Bakit hindi mo mapilit yung sarili mo na gawin yung mga bagay na dapat ginagawa mo? That's because your body is resisting to it. And for how many years already? Ilang taon ka na ba? 20 plus, 30 plus? You're probably been, like for decades, you've been forcing yourself to be an identity that you are not. And that's the hard part because hindi tayo pinanganak with a manual. Nobody came out of their mother's womb from their mother na meron ng manual. And sometimes, hindi naman, actually, in the old times, the way that we discover our really real and whole identity is just through experiences in life and learning along the way. And right now kasi, with the technology that we have and with the discovery of science, actually, I'm the first one. Like, doon ko na-discover na, okay, so identity is really not just the mind and the spirit. The body has a huge role to it, especially on Earth. Because the very reason you're on Earth, diba, is because you have a body. Once you don't have a body anymore, you will not be on Earth. You still have an identity, but you will not be on Earth. So that's the point. You're breaking because you're performing an identity that you are totally not.
Wow. Talagang nag-stand out sa akin yung you are performing an identity that you are not. With the body-based strength optimization that you know, Coach Chris, how do you kumbaga identify or determine na these high achievers are doing things, aligning with them. So, kumbaga yung struggle nila is, this is the kind of what I call a growing pain. Yung, yes,
Mhm.
nagsa-struggle sila, pero they feel aligned doon sa pain na na-feel, na-experience sila. So how do you differentiate if they are having an identity that they're performing? So doon sila talaga nagsasuffer for something that they are not, versus if they are struggling because it's growing pain as part of their journey na align pala talaga sa path nila. Kasi sometimes ang hirap hanapin lalo pag high achiever na kaya ko tong gawin lahat. Kaya ko na 'to patunayan lahat sa sarili ko. So kung ano yung nagawa ko dati, magagawa ko siya ulit ngayon. But the danger is, sabi mo nga, may mga nasa 20s, 30s, or 40s na hindi sure kung eto ba talaga yung gusto ko for the rest of my life. Pero meron din na mga kagaya namin na eto na yon, sure na ako 100% without with all my heart. Eto na yon. So with your expertise, how do you parang break that para makita nila yung pattern nila of being a high achiever that is about to break, or being a high achiever that is going to alignment?
Okay, so I think mas nagets ko yung question na ano yung difference ng
Yeah.
high
Mm.
achiever that is breaking because they're performing
Yes.
an identity that they are not, versus a high achiever that is just going through a growing pain. So I
Yes.
love that question actually. So first of all, ang bilis. For me I don't know about you, but for me, ang bilis ma-identify because I myself am my client. Diba? So client ko sarili ko. So there are isa sa pinaka measurement ko, pinaka metric ko, if I am already living the life that I want as I am, is sobrang simple lang, and it's always body-based. When I wake up in the morning, ang unang-una kong kasi hindi ako agad bumabangon eh. So I think this is the first time that I'm going to share this one. The very first the very first moment that I wake up in the morning, the very first thing that I will do is not sit down and then do something. Wala. What I'll do is pakikiramdaman ko agad yung nervous system ko, yung katawan ko. If am I calm, am I regulated? Am I feeling something that is kind of pressuring me, or like I don't like this feeling? Ever since that I have discovered the identity that I have and lived it out, never akong bumangon one morning na I feel like I hate this life. Never.
Mm.
Because why that's the reason na yun yung basihan ko to measure if I am living the identity that I am, is because when I was working in the jobs and works that I was working in prior to being this coach, I would wake up in the morning and the first thing that I would feel is dread.
Mm.
And I just knew there was just that little thing inside of me, little voice inside of me that's telling me this is not the kind of life that you are meant to live. And I was like, siguro hindi naman ako pinanganak para every morning pag gigising ako, I already feel the dread. 'Di ba? Like, it can come any time of the day just because may nangyari or whatever, but not in the morning when I wake up. That there's something wrong about life when that is how you wake up. So, and hindi naman kailangan na yan yung basehan ng lahat. But that is for me personally. So, to answer your question, ano yung difference ng growing pain at saka breaking, because you have, actually, I won't say you're breaking when you're going through the growing pain. It's just really just pain. That versus breaking because you aren't performing an identity that you're not. First is yun, I would consider that when you wake up in the morning, una mo dapat na feel is you are regulated, you are calm, you are excited about life. That's one. The second one is you will know that you are only going through a growing pain when you have no doubts about your decisions. Like you're like, okay, I'm going through this because I decided to go through this. Ganon dapat siya if you're really going through a growing pain. But when you are breaking because, or you're going through a suffering or pain because you are performing an identity that you're not, every day you will have that self-doubt, the doubts in your decisions, doubts kung tama ba tong ginagawa mo, doubts kung tama ba tong path ko, tama ba tong tinatahak ko, or questions, you're questioning already kung gusto ko ba talagang gawin to? Ito ba yung gusto ko sa buhay, habang buhay? Those questions and those doubts, they will always come out of you when you are performing an identity. Because again, it will always come from your body. You will feel an exhaustion that can never be addressed by just resting or sleeping for 8 hours.
Wow.
Those are the difference. Number one differentiator ko is ano talaga, when you wake up in the morning and then you feel regulated and then yung decisions mo. Are you doubting your decisions? Because when you're doubting your decisions, that's something to look into. Bakit mo doubt? You're the decision maker. Why are you doubting it?
Wow. Thank you for that, Coach Chris. And to add din, baka kasi minsan we tend to put an external validation na madali na yan sabihin kapag six-figure ka na or madali yan sabihin if you have your family. Personally, I can vouch for how Coach Chris mentioned it kasi dumating na ako sa point na sabi ko, oh, 900 pesos na lang yung savings ko kasi may mga mali akong decision na ginawa. Pero ang lakas ng loob ko pumunta dun sa isang networking event. I was able to close a client na naging client ko for 2 years, which is 900 pesos in my savings. Parang doon ko naalala yung sabi mong, I am excited to wake up in the morning and nandun yung conviction sa decision ko. Kumbaga parang
Exactly.
hindi ako na-shake na, ano na lang, 900 pesos na lang yung pera ko. And so what? I'll still show up. Yung
Yes.
ganun na yun, parang regardless kung ano yung factor sa paligid mo, or minsan may malaking tao na pinagkakatiwalaan ka na, hala, ito na si coach ganito, kaso newbie pala ako. Pero sa isip mo, ay, kahit newbie ako, nakita ko ni coach ganito. Kaya magse-step up ako. Yung pala yung alignment, no? Parang kumbaga regardless kung ano yung nakapaligid sa'yo na external factor, you, again, as
Yeah.
what she said, you will wake up excited about life and
And I
you
would
have
add,
no
I
doubt
would
about
add,
your decision. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
I would add na another thing would be, you will, ganito, di ba? You are facing a decision. Ito naman is before ka mag-decide. Okay? You're facing a decision and then you see that it's very challenging. Like kung mag-yes ka sa opportunity na to or sa decision na to, it's going to be very challenging. But also you feel excited.
Mm.
Versus sa anxious ka lang talaga and you have fear.
Mm.
That's a huge differentiator. Kasi even if you see that it's challenging, it's gonna be difficult, but you're excited to go through it, that's something that's aligned. You
Cool.
know that you are going into an aligned path.
Mm.
Versus something that's you're dreading, you are fearful of.
Mm.
Yun. Sorry sa ano, interruption.
No, it's okay lang. So, ang ganda nitong gustong i-share ni Coach Rista. As someone who's been performing all my life until napagod na at natuto ng ways to better regulate and ground myself. This is such a good info. How I wish I knew this when I was starting out. So, kumbaga, yun yung talagang ano is kumbaga isa sa mga challenge kapag isa ka sa first mover ng community, like kumbaga halos wala pang mga nagtuturo ng coaches noon when Coach Days started everything for the Powerhouse OBM and also for stepping up as an expert freelancer and an expert fractional COO. So kumbaga in connection with that, parang uh, tingin mo parang Coach Chris, how are you able na mapalakas yung loob nitong mga taong high achiever? Kasi parang isa sa nakikita kong pattern that holds them back is the question, ano na lang yung sasabihin ng iba? 'Di ba? Na parang ang laking factor palagi na ayaw ng parents ko na mag-freelance ako. Yung jowa ko sinasabi wala daw akong walang path dito sa gusto kong marating. So parang there are a lot of high achievers na nararamdaman na yon. Yung dalawa mong sinasabing they wake up excited in the morning and they have no doubt with their decision. But the challenge is the people they love, the people that are very close to them, sila minsan yung nagke-create ng doubt. Kaya bigla tuloy kahit excited na sila sa umaga, kahit convinced sila na sure ako sa desisyon na to kasi kilala ko yung sarili ko. Bigla tuloy pumapasok yung wait lang. Pero ano sasabihin ng parents ko? Ano sasabihin ng mga kapatid ko? Ano sasabihin ng partner ko? Ano sasabihin ng mga colleagues ko? So parang how do these high breakers need to handle that para matigil na yung pattern of overthinking, of failure, of feeling never enough?
Okay. So, iba yung social pressure or family pressure sa like just fear of failure or parang ganun. Because yung fear of failure kasi minsan na uma-under pa yan sa social pressure na you fear failing because what if pinili mo tong gusto mo, tas nag-fail ka? E di sasabihan ka ngayon ng parents mo, ng jowa mo, or ng kung sino, o ayan kasi nagbago ka pa ng landas. Diba? So, ayaw nating mapahiya sa decisions natin. And very common with high achievers, we don't want to be shamed for our decisions because we are high achievers, we are decision makers, we are decisive people. And then, there is this need to be certain in every decision that we make. But the thing is, you could never be certain of the results. You can only be certain of your conviction in that decision. Because results are never promised. Hindi siya promised na magiging exactly ganun yung result. Let me give you an example. So, doon muna tayo sa, okay, paano ba natin ma-break yung fear na yun of deciding to go into what we really want just because there are people who will judge us, di ba? Like me, I am a licensed civil engineer. Okay? I freaking work hard for that license. I even stayed in the university for like 7 years. Just to finish that that major. And then nagdaan pa ako sa challenges just to get my license. And then ako mismo yung una kong critic na parang pinaghirapan mong kunin to tapos hindi mo ipupurso. 'Di ba? The thing is we are also our own critics simply because we learn that from the people around us to critic ourselves. And siyempre naisip ko na din, ano na lang sasabihin ng mga classmate ko, ng mga kabatchmate ko. Hello, yung licensed civil engineer, tapos nag-coaching. Di ba? Parang ganun, parang tinatamaan yung ego ko. Di ba? Ako kasi wala na akong pakialam eh. Nilalantad ko na din yung mga, alam mo yun, yung mga thoughts ko before. So, it hurt my ego to be said na, licensed civil engineer, tapos nag-coaching lang. Tapos, parang ang ganda na ng mo, 'di ba? Ang ganda ng trabaho mo before, you had a car, ganito ganon, yung sweldo mo was 5x and then now you're just coaching. So that's what held me back actually for like 2 years. So mind you, I also went through whatever it is that you're going through. In-overthink ko din yung pagko-coaching for 2 years. 2 years na. Certified na ako na epigenetics coach, pero hindi pa ako nagko-coaching because I was scared of what people will say about me. And I had a friend na business coach, ang sabi niya, you have to post. And I'm like, kaso baka makita ng sabi niya, but, sabi niya, bakit may ganun na So, ngayon ko lang na-realize na, ay oo nga no, I was actually scared of people's judgment. And it's very common for high achievers to be scared of people's judgment because of social pressure, family pressure, yung mga ganun. and of course, familial responsibilities. And I didn't actually mindset myself through it. Na hindi ko sinabihan yung sarili ko na hindi dapat kasi there is no paano ba? I feel like there is no amount of mindset coaching that would work for me if I am operating from fear, right? But then here comes the realization that what I am supposed to be doing is actually my aligned path. So na-realize ko na ito talaga yung aligned path ko because I know that I'm happy doing this one. And dahil hindi ko siya pinili agad, for 2 years I suffered. Like, hindi naman sa dahil tawag nito, hindi naman dahil sa parang tawag dito, yung pinarusahan ako ni Lord. Nag-suffer ako sa sarili kong decisions. For 2 years, I tried my very best to become the best email copywriter. And in fact, I was already being known as one of the, alam mo yun, high-performing copywriters, email copywriters. But then, there always comes a point where my performance tanks. And I'm like, akala ko ba magaling ako dito? And then eventually, I got to realize na hindi pala talaga ako magaling na copywriter. And the people tell me, hindi magaling ka. Hindi ako magaling na copywriter. I already accepted that one. Because I don't like writing. I was really great at strategy, but not the writing part. And I realized that I was really in the wrong direction. And I wish hindi ko sinayang yung time ko, yung 2 years ko, doing the wrong thing. So, nung time na na-realize ko na I really have to do what I'm doing right now, that was the time na decided na talaga ako na, okay, bahala na kung ano sasabihin. Parang hindi na nagmatter ano sasabihin ng tao. Because hindi na masaya yung katawan mo eh. Like every 2 a.m. I was crying. Every 2 a.m. I was crying and asking God, eto na lang mabuhay ko. Tapos narealize ko, yung nga pala, binigyan na pala ako ng exit ni Lord. Ako lang pala yung hindi pumili. Di ba, nagdadrama pa ako na, ito na lang ba buhay ko? Nabubuhay na lang ba ako para buhayin yung pamilya ko? Tapos ako, how about me? Tapos binigay na pala sa akin yung answer na, ito nga. So, yeah, yung sagot dun sa, okay, how are you going to get out of that? It is really coming from the conviction and scientific validation that you are made for this. So once, like, who will talk you out of your aligned path if meron ka ng evidence na nakikita na this is really the path for you? Yun.
Thank you, Coach. Because I think Coach Days wants to share her insights or maybe
Sige, go.
share a question.
Yeah,
Ask a question.
Ano lang, so as Coach Chris was sharing, no, so I was nodding along. But then I don't know why, parang I was brought back to the me before. And maybe lang people who are listening to us right now sa Zoom or sa community or maybe we watch the replay, maybe they'll be thinking about this. So parang I'm putting myself in their shoes by reflecting on my journey. Because when I was starting out, nasa-feel ko yan, yung parang, kasi parang the dilemma, di ba, Coach Chris, and I'm sure you know this, especially pag, alam mo yun, talagang kayo ng partner mo, kayo yung nagbe-build ng, para sa family, di ba? Like, walang maasahan, walang pamana si mama, yung mga ganong levels. So parang, okay, and then there's this dilemma amongst working professionals right now, especially young parents, na yeah, they want to provide. They're doing this job because it's what's practical. But deep down, you know, when they get home, when they're trying to sleep, they know they're meant for something more. They know na parang they're in this job because it's practical. And for me, for the longest time, it has been what do you call that? Parang push and pull of being a responsible parent and then just doing it afraid because I see the vision and I know I can make it happen. But then I know the consequence of that. For me, kailangan talaga master yung courage eh. So at least parang yun yung nag-help mag-propel sa akin. Pero paano kaya sa iba? Like how will you guide them yung mga taong may umaasa, may responsibility na alam naman nila na hindi pwede basta-basta pero may naubos na yung soul nila dun sa trabaho yun na parang, ito na lang ba? So talaga feel ko yung desperation na yun eh. And I just want them to feel na they're not alone na, I mean, hindi yan forever, pero I want it to come from you. Like, how will you advise them right now?
Okay, sige. That's a really, really good question kasi I also came from that. So, totoo yung it's a real challenge na you have a work right now. It's paying really well, right? And then it's paying the bills. It's keeping the family life comfortable. It's keeping the lifestyle of your family. And pero hindi mo gusto tong work na to, like everyday you dread doing it, 'di ba? Parang how gusto mo mag-pivot to something and then whether you already know saan ka magpipivot or hindi mo pa alam, basta you don't like this work, you just want something else that you enjoy, di ba? Like doing a living, doing what you love, making a living doing what you love. So more on ganun talaga. Like that's the goal, making a living doing what you love. So one of the things that I know is that people, kasi galing ako dun eh. One of bibigay ko na lang realization ko ha. One of the things that I realized while doing that was that ganito. I was working in a work that was paying me really well. 5x my previous salary, 5x my previous monthly rate. But I was not happy. It was paying the bills. We were even kaya pa nga namin mag-vacation like every 3 months because of that. But I was not happy. And pero hindi ko maiwanan yung work because it was paying well, it was paying the bills, and I don't have the capacity to look for a new opportunity because full na yung ano ko, yung calendar ko. I am a mom, I am doing work, like saan ko pa isisingit yan, right? So every pivot needs your time and attention. And one of the things that I realized, one big thing that I realized that nobody ever realizes is that when you are working in a misaligned work, that's exactly the reason why you are in survival mode, whether financially or in life. Like when you are working in a misaligned work, it's taking you 5 times the energy that you need in order to deliver the work. 5 times the time and effort that you need to deliver the work because it's misaligned. Your body is not supporting it. Therefore, imbes na matapos ka ng 1 hour sa work na aligned sa'yo, sa strengths mo, it's taking you 3 hours, 5 hours. And now, wala ka ng time sa family. Wala ka pang time sa passion projects mo. Wala ka pang time to look for new opportunities. Wala ka pang time for vacations probably. You have the money, you're paying everything, everyone is happy except you. So, what if you work in an aligned work, whatever it is that's aligned with you, madiscover mo ano yung aligned na path na yun for you, you work in that, and actually ma-experience mo na, oh shit, kaya ko parang makatapos ng work in 1 hour instead of 3, instead of 5, and now I have more time for my family. And now I can actually do hobbies na dati hindi ko nagagawa. And now I can actually get more clients without overloading myself, which is one of the reasons bakit, like example si Rins, she was able to hop from being a night shift to morning shift to actually now serving OBM clients. Rins is here, okay? Hindi ko ginagawa itong story na to. And also the reason bakit yung si Ara is already in the POBM as well. She was working in a corporate 9 to 5. She for 2 or 3 years, I think she was afraid of hopping into freelancing. But then, after discovering her strengths, doon niya na-realize, hindi talaga para dito. Now she had the strength to actually quit her job and do POBM. Kumaga, nobody even have to convince you to do it. Once you see your natural design and that this is where you will excel and actually make money and wealth, you will not delay. You will not procrastinate. That's why I say it's always automatic. Consistency, discipline, all of those things automatic yan when you are operating in your natural design, in the identity that you were given. Did I
I love
answer the
it.
question?
Yes, more than enough. I love it. And there's a line that I really love that I want to read lang for, kasi maraming high performers na self-abandoners. So, yung everyone is happy except you. Come on,
Mm.
guys. Come on, like, galing ko to, Coach Chris. Pwede may follow up. So again,
Go.
just thinking through what their follow-up questions may be. And guys, come on, there's an invitation for you to ask as well. But we do acknowledge that not everyone has the capacity right now to be that bold, and maybe they don't even have that level of self-awareness. Na parang very ano sila, what do you call that? Yung autopilot na, because that has been the reality for the longest time. Paano kaya, I mean, what would it take for them na magising? Ayoko
To
naman na
break
umabot
it.
sa sagad-sagaran kasi umabot ako sa ganun and it's not a good place to be in. So paano kaya sila magigising ng maaga without waiting for things to really, you know, yung parang wala na silang choice. Minsan kasi yung iba ganun, well, at least for some, that's what needs to happen para magising. Pero I don't want them to wait that long. Like, ano kayang pwede nilang gawin, Coach? Well, aside sa mag-join sa community ng ganito, mag-follow kay Coach Chris, at ano talaga, mag-self-study, what else? Na practical, na pasok ulit sa time nila, Coach.
Okay, so if I will be honest with you, no, lahat naman talaga tayo, sometimes it's only just the real pain that will awaken us. That is like, I don't
You have a way
know
with
bakit
words.
kasi ang titigas
I love
ng
it.
ulo natin, di ba? Pero ganito, if you're already here, you are already listening to this one, and if there is just even a little bit of that, like little voice in you saying na, I think that's something that we should look into. I think the one of the most doable things that you can do is explore the Decode workshop, kasi may upcoming kami na Decode workshop, and that thing, whether you are undergoing the pain, growing pain or breaking, or you're not undergoing anything at all, that would awaken you. Yun yung sinasabi ko na, you don't even have to go through the pains that the people have gone through just to learn the lesson. You just really have to see the evidence that you're actually living an identity that you're just performing, not really yours. So yeah, that Decode workshop is basically, we're gonna help you see if the work that you are doing right now, or the life that you are going through right now, is something that is draining you or actually feeding your soul. Kung hindi ka aware, kung hindi ka self-aware. Ayoko naman insultuhin yung tao, di ba, no? Hindi ka kasi aware. Kung hindi ka lang naman aware. But like, literally, it's a for me, no, it's a self-discovery journey in just one day. So, I think you will have one day. Like, it's a Saturday, wala kang trabaho.
Oh,
Thank you, Coach Chris.
thank you, Coach Chris. And thank you din, Coach Days, because Coach Days was kumbaga silently nag-observe, bigla siya nagising para kasing, uy, that's my path before. Parang may nag-memory backlight. And thank you, Coach Days, kasi talaga pong kayo na yung parang naging voice and mirror ng mga nagsisimula din po ngayon sa journey nila. And I think we have here our first question from the community, from Heya. How to discover that aligned paths, especially for people like us in their 20s, still unsure about it, and trying so many different things.
So good. So good. Ang ganda ng tanong mo kasi alin-alin sa sa Decode workshop. So by the way, if you want to discover your aligned path, this is the perfect time to join us in the Decode workshop. It's actually Decode Your Aligned Path workshop. Yun yung title niya. It's literally to help you see and name, like hindi lang see, but see clearly and name that one aligned path for you. And the way that we will do that is, it's not going to be journaling, boring, teaching, whatever. We're going to have an activity that's very interactive, and there are a lot of activities in there na it works on top of the other. Kaya it's a whole day workshop. So it's really something na, it's not a seminar. It's a workshop. Like literally, I'll just be facilitating. I'm not going to be teaching something on stage. So it's for you. If you are still trying to find out kung ano ba talaga yung path na para sa'yo, what are you really good at? Yun, yung mga tanong na yun, di ba? Kasi a lot of people, especially in their early 20s, they're like, what am I really good at? Saan ba talaga? I mean, if I know I have superpowers and natural strengths, ano yung mga yun? Para alam ko kung ano yung work na align sa akin, di ba? Doon mo masasagot yun. And I wish I can answer that here, kaso, you have to be there in person because we will be using this physical body that you have. Okay? And that's the mystery in there. Kasi if you want to really listen to your body, that's the time that you will learn how to. And the super magagamit mo yung, kung ano matututunan mo dun, gamit mo talaga yung habang buhay. Did I answer the
Actually,
question, Hea?
yeah. And actually, to add din kay Coach Chris na pag-share niya kasi ang dami ring naibigay sa akin talaga ng learning ni Coach Chris. I've been following her since 2021. So may mga iba na siyang events na I went through. And this is not just in the career. This is not just in your personal goal. I've also seen great improvements in my relationship na natuto ako ng communication pattern with my partner. Natuto ako na, okay, wait lang. Ito yung sinasabi ng body ko. So baka hindi ko talaga gusto yung sinasabi ko. But wait lang, papakalmay ko muna yung body ko. And if you notice, 'di ba, there are also couples na kapag medyo hindi sila aligned, talagang may mga nagkakasakit, may mga yung parang nagkaka-anxiety na kasi ay baka taasan niya ako ng boses. So kumbaga yung body na nila yung nagsasabing maybe this relationship is not for me. And also the same way how there are people na parang biglang ay ba't gumanda ka? Bakit pumogi ka after yung mag-break? Kasi kumbaga yung body nagkaroon na ng signal na finally I'm safe. So this is the same way with how our career, with how our personal goals are reacting to an aligned life. So, kumbaga, minsan parang tinatanong ako na, RJ, paano mo yan nagagawa lahat? Na sabi ko parang, nagganito ka ba? Nagganyan? Sabi ko, hindi. Sabi ko parang, basta alam ko lang na masaya yung ginagawa ko. Alam ko na may conviction ako. Hindi ako nafo-FOMO. Hindi ako yung takot na, okay lang kahit hindi mo na ako kasabay sa batch na to ng pagtuturo ng coach. Okay lang kahit ma-miss ko tong discount. I just know what's my aligned season and I respect that. Kaya I always tell people, even if I have my, kumbaga, own programs, own courses, parang sasabihin ko, I think hindi pa to para sa'yo. Baka na shiny object ka lang sa akin. I have to decline you. I have to turn you down because maybe this is not yet our season for me to help you because I would see I would see the body tension. I would see yung parang impatience sa aura, sa face na sabi ko, I'm sorry, hindi mo mama-maximize to. I don't want to get your money, your investment, kasi syempre, tayo pinagkakatiwalaan tayo ng mga ganitong character at stewardship. I do not want to, kumbaga, ruin the trust of the person. Tapos doon ko talaga mapapansin na our body really never lies. If you really want to have an aligned life, makikinig talaga tayo sa body natin. And if you see, there's the consistency in Coach Days and Coach Chris na sinasabi, alam nila napagdaanan nila yung struggle na yon na sinasabi na pala ng katawan mo, dinediretso mo pa, pinapagod mo pa. Binibigyan ka na ng way, kaso natatakot ka kasi baka sabihin na ibang tao, ay bakit mas mababa yung rate? Ay bakit diyan ka na nagbago ka na ng niche? And then so what, 'di ba? So, kumbaga, I also want to ask this question na parehas kasi kayo, Coach Days and Coach Chris, na I want to give this question to both of you. Kumbaga, parehas kasi kayong dalawa na both intentional, both successful, and both joyful. What are the trade-offs along the way para makarating kayo dito na kumbaga ano yung mga give up ninyo and at the same time ano yung mga pinursu ninyo para marating ninyo yung pagiging intentional, successful, and joyful na legit na high achiever na talagang masaya sa lahat ng bagay at successful sa iba't ibang areas ng buhay. So, we can start with Coach Days.
Natutuwa naman ako sa mga tanong ni Arlene. Napapa-reminisce
Ang
tayo.
Miss Universe.
Pag Miss Universe. So again, I can only answer based on what I've gone through.
Yes.
So I like the what are the trade-offs? And ano yung isa, what are the
Yung parang ano po yung give up nyo and ano po yung pinursu nyo to get where
ah
you are now.
um for me talaga para mabibilang ko sa life ko yung mga moments that I underwent youth transformation. Um it's kasi aligning din lang with my human design. Very so managing ako, manifesting generator. Pero sacral authority. So either yes or no lang, binary lang. So yung sinabi mo kanina na alam mo ng katawan mo, taan mo pa. Like my body's telling me no, pero if I go yes, talagang nagsasuffer ako sa dulo. So that's why I'm excited dito sa kasi lagi na-share ni Rince eh. So paano ko ibabangga yung Strengths Finder coach, 'di ba? May mga pero anyways, ito na naman ako, 'di ba? Ibang topic yung sinagot ko. Pero going back, um the trade-off talaga because I grew up. So of course, I'm very grateful for my aunts for raising me. I wouldn't be here if they did not, take me from my dad who cannot afford to send me to school. So I'm grateful for that. But because of that, I also grew up with a certain set of expectation. Kaya talaga sabi ko, performer all my life. Bata pa lang ako, performer na. Kasi they view, maybe not intentionally, because I believe their heart, but then yun lang alam nila. They view, parang naging dating is, my value is anchored based on how well I perform in school. So talagang
Mm.
pag nakita yung score, yung report card, kung lahat 90 lang, tapos may 98 ka, ba't 98 lang yan? So parang kaya lagi ko kailangang perfect. Kaya yung napunta ko sa freelance space, may mga people na parang, pa-perfect naman to. Ganun. But they don't know what I went through. Kung bakit ganun ako mag-operate. Kung bakit masyado akong intense. So, when I was in the freelance space, dun talaga, parang na-shake yung values ko and core ko na, why am I doing all these things when I'm not happy. Like kahit freelancer na ako, ang dami kong events pinupuntahan. Tapos pagod-pagod ako. Tapos sabi ko, "Ba't mo ginagawa yun?" And then it took really a lot of, like honest conversations with myself for me to realize na kasi nagpe-perform ka pa rin.
Oh.
Kasi gusto mo relevant ka, pero bakit ka ba nag-freelance? Gusto mo ng time with your family. Pero parang ngayon, so really honest conversation, I needed to do that with myself for me to see what am I doing this for? Because the very reason why I started this in the beginning doesn't seem to align with why I'm doing it now. And that's causing the problems. So when I grounded myself with that, then talaga nag-clear. And I would say one of the things that I had to let go, which is beneficial actually, is just giving a shit about, what people are saying about me. Because I used to care too much. I'm an empath. So I really feel and feel deep. Kapag sabi ko, 'di ba, mas masakit yung magkahiwalay ko yung mag-friend kaysa mag-jowa. Mas masakit siya sa akin. Pero, oh, siyempre nag-mature na tayo kasi tumatanda na. Parang natututo na, I realized na I only had one life to live eh. So, why am I living it trying to live up to other people's expectation or their vision of my life when iba yung version ko? So really parang with that realization, that triggered na, okay, parang I took the power back eh. Parang, no, this is my life. This may not be how you view it to, parang hindi man ito yung version na dapat tingin mong, dapat kong path na tahakin. Especially my beloved aunts na, sayang pinag-aralan mo, blah, blah, blah. So internet ka lang dyan. Pero, dito ako happy eh. And it really, so going back to my, parang, hindi ko alam kung anong connection ng coach kasi hindi ko pa alam talaga yung class mo. Pero parang feeling ko, it started with a gut feel eh. Na parang may ngit-ngit ang tawag ko. Na parang syempre responsible adult tayo, di ba? Sa daming responsibilities. Pero may moment na merong, mas ngit-ngit ang term ko, yung, kasi mas may ngit-ngit ako internally na, pero dahil I need to function, for a while I carried yung ability ko to compartmentalize as a badge of honor na parang ay hindi kaya ko mag-function lalo na pag ops ka, 'di ba? Kailangan wala yung problema sa personal sa ano. So parang for a while I took pride in that. Pero when again going back to doing honest conversations with myself, it really just boiled down to listening then to my body if I think about it now. Na parang okay, so right now parang how I ground myself the moment na may ngit-ngit, the ngit-ngit appears, I pause talaga and listen. Parang saan ang gagaling yun? Bakit ako naiinis? So, yung ngit-ngit is either inis, frustration, basta it's a signal from my body na tells me na I need to pause and reflect. So, sige, kung may trabaho tatapusin, pero may ngit nga, sige, tapusin natin kasi responsibility natin yan. Pero after the work is done, I really take time to acknowledge it. Parang saan ang gagaling to? And usually when I reflect, it's because I'm doing something that's not in alignment with what I truly want. That's why alignment and joy is very important to me. So
Mm.
yeah, trade-offs. Yeah, I lost people along the way. Which my old people pleasing self would be sad about. But the more empowered version of me now is grateful. Like parang I realize na people come and go, and those who are meant to stay will stay. Those who want to stay will stay. And sometimes we are just in other people's life for a season talaga. And that's okay. Ano yan we move in seasons, diba? So, parang nawala rin yung detachment ko. I am grounded so much with the people that I really care about that are my core. I focus my attention on people who really also want to support, my mission. And then just be grateful for everyone that, comes and, leaves as they see fit. So yun ang pinaka-trade-off. And of course, during the transition, dahil ang pinakamahirap pag nagta-transition ka is pag may money involved. Like, di ba, halimbawa, may mga bills, filing, pero ito yung passion mo, pero talagang mamamatay ka na pag di ka pa umalis dito, tapos wala kang ipon kasi di yun yung pinakamahirap na situation. Ang naging salo ko na lang dyan, yung mga systems ko na parang, yes, kahit gina ako, ang pinangahawakan ko na lang is, this is just a phase. This is not forever. Pero in my mind, alam ko na yung deadline. Hindi hanggang ganito na lang to. Para as I work my way through, let's say maybe may kailangan akong ipuning transition fund or something para hindi ako kakaba-kaba pag I make the jump. At least, nag-ground ko yung sarili ko. Hindi ako kailangan kasi 30 days na lang, 15 days na. Parang may gano'n. I mean, that's the practical side to it. And then, pag na-transition ko na siya, dahil, kumbaga walang nag-suffer. So, as much as possible, doon siguro pumapasok yung pagka-system person or over-planner at syempre marami akong junaki. So, ayoko talagang mag-suffer yung lifestyle nila. So, di bali lang ako. So, talagang paplanuhin ko yan. Ako parang lilipat na ako dito, so mawalan ako ng work na ito. Pero okay lang kasi, so parang bago ko pa siya i-share sa mga taong need ko yung support, tinatanggal ko na yung doubts kasi, pero kasi may plan A na, may plan B, may plan C. Para, kasi I need the support. Otherwise, diba, if people na are really close to me are doubting me, that would shake me. So I avoid that by showing evidence. No, don't worry, I got you. So parang yung trade-offs and yun, nag-make sense ba? Or nagdaldal lang ako?
Yes, makes sense.
Nakakatawa, Coach Reese, because you were really lighting up with your face na naalala ko yung quote na sabing, if you can really speak about it, the past pains, ibig sabihin, talaga, you healed from it, you have really overcome it. And to see you, kumbaga, kinukwento nyo na masaya, ay, talagang po, it really made you stronger. So, thank you for sharing. Coach Chris, how about you? So what were your trade-offs to reach your intentional, successful, and joyful life now?
Okay, so before ko sagutin yan, nakaka-relate ako dun sa sinabi ni Coach Days about sa ni-raise kasi siya ng aunties niya and may certain expectations. Because same! Same! Pinalaki ako ng tita ko. Sa tita din ako lumaki. And yeah, especially as someone who's been like ever since elementary ako, like honor student na kasi ako, pinagyayabang pa ako noon na, puro line of 9 ang niyan, ang grade niyan, ganun. Sabi ko, shit, ang hirap naman ito i-disappoint. So, nung nag-college ako, pinili, and yung reasons ko kasi dalawa, it's both one, to make my auntie proud, and of course, the people who know me proud. The second one is to parang yung kasi may kami ng mama ko I'm very parang may paano bang tawag doon? I'm so emotionally apart from my mom, separated from my mom, na nung nag-college ako, I promised myself na tatapusin ko ang college ko without asking help from her. Na kakayanin ko na wala siya. Ganun ako ka ganun ako ka prideful. Tapos parang nung kinuha ko yung civil engineering kasi that was because may gusto kong patunayan sa mama ko. And also because I want my aunt to be proud of me. So, dalawang reason, di ba? So, ano talaga, yung malakas talaga yung reason mo to stay. So, syempre, tinapos ko siya kahit gaano kahirap. Tapos, kinuha ko pa talaga yung license. Alam niyo, nung kinuha ko yung license, it was not because I really wanted to get the license. It was because I wanted to just make my auntie proud na sayang naman kasi tinapos ko na 'di ba? Parang 5 meters na lang hindi ko pa kukunin. But during that time wala na akong gana na parang okay lang ako kahit hindi ako maging license pero sige kukunin ko na lang para kay auntie. So when I became a licensed civil engineer and then I discovered na ay okay gusto ko pala ng coaching kasi hindi ko alam na may coaching na na thing when I was in college. Sabi ko, ay gusto ko pala mag-coaching tapos hindi ko nga lang alam anong i-coach ko. Basta gusto ko mag-coaching. Tapos sabi ko, gusto ko pala mag-coaching kaso civil engineer na ako, license na ako. Ano na sasabihin ng tao? So parang it was really hard to let go of of being called engineer. Yung ganun. Kasi sarap sa tenga, tapos yung pride mo na feed. And then there comes a time na na-realize ko na okay, this makes sense that coaching is really for me because I've been really nag-merge Yung, alam nyo ba, na kahit licensed civil engineer na ako, gusto ko pang mag-HR. Gusto ko pa sa pag-HR kasi gustong-gusto ko yung nag, parang fini-figure out ko ano yung talent ng tao. Yung pala, it was really already in me that I'm a genius decoder. So, nagtataka lang ako, ba't gustong-gusto ko? Kaya gusto ko talaga mag-HR. Tapos, sabi ko gusto ko maging college professor kasi gusto ko magturo. Yun pala yung part na gusto kong mag-coach. Because I want to change the life of, the new generation, ganito, ganon. And coaching is really, it merges all of that desire. And I'm like, okay, so now that makes sense. So, nung na-realize ko that coaching is really for me and naging certified epigenetics coach na nga ako, that was the time that I was having a hard time letting go of my profession and also syempre kasi I was also earning really well in copywriting na din. But what made me decide to go into coaching is really because for me it was calling. So ito na yung sagot dun sa tinatanong ni RJ na ano yung ginawa mo to be in the life that in the identity that you're already in, yung life in an aligned path that you are in. It's because I discovered that what I am doing right now is actually already my calling. Kumbaga, once alam mo na tinatawag ka na dun, like it's already the calling. It has been the purpose that I've been looking for my whole life. I've searched it for 18 years. Just to let you know. 18 years kong hinanap yung purpose ko sa buhay. And I never saw it. I tried to find it inside the church by serving without condition. I tried to find it in the corporate world, in the freelance world. I never saw it. And then I found it in the coaching. And there was a trade-off, of course. And you know what the trade-off is? Is I had to let go of the need to be right. Because I'm right for being a licensed civil engineer. Tama itong pinili ko na profession because it sounds good, it looks good, and probably the pay is good, but it was actually not. And I mean, on the outside, it was a successful career, but then I had to be honest with, yun sabi ni coaches, really it goes down to being honest with yourself. I had to be honest with myself. Do you want to be right or do you want to be aligned? Because being aligned doesn't necessarily mean you will be right, because you will be wrong in the eyes of other people. Are you ready to be wrong in the eyes of other people, but actually be aligned with what you were built for? Yun yung tanong.
Wow. Grabe, parang feeling ko nakabuo na ako ng 3 chapters ng life story
Mic
nila.
drop.
Ang ganda, ang ganda. And nakakatuwa din kasi I think our community members are just waiting talaga siguro marinig lang si Coach Days and si Coach Chris because we already have your set of questions. Thank you for that wonderful na sharing, Coach Days and Coach Chris, kasi kumbaga nailabas ninyo yung vulnerability and at the same time inilabas niyo yung vulnerability na walang regret sa voice nyo, walang panghihinayang, but it's all kumbaga I'm proud of, kumbaga you're so proud nung pinagdaanan ninyo. But at the same time, kung pwede sanang magawa na siya ng earlier yung awareness, yun yung gusto nyo na i-share sa kanila ngayon. So, going back to our community members, I will read some of the questions that already shared here. Ang gaganda rin kasi. So, from Sheena, San Pedro, I feel like when you're already successful, there's still fear of failure since you've already built that status and there could be that worry to disappoint people. Does the fear of failure actually get heavier the more successful you become? When you're a beginner, you have nothing to lose. But how do you handle the pressure when you've already set such a high bar for yourself? You may share, Coach Chris.
That's so good. I really like that question kasi feeling ko nag-FB live ako about this before. But yes, yung question na, does the fear of failure actually get heavier the more successful you become? For me, okay, in terms of like the magnitude of the failure that you have to endure, probably that's actually bigger when you're more successful, right? Pero does it actually get heavier? Depende. Because I would say, if you're already successful, but you are successful and aligned, I don't think the fear of I don't even know if there's a fear of failure. Because if you will ask me, I don't actually, kung ako lang, I do not fear failing. Because I see failing as data. Because I'm aligned. Like, I'm doing aligned things. So kapag nag-fail ito, ibig sabihin data lang siya. So I don't see it as something that's heavy unless na lang may namatay, may nakulong or ano ba. But I parang ba, it's harder to get it when parang wala ka pa dun talaga sa stage of alignment. Because when you're already experiencing alignment, you will know that failure is not something that you will fear. Failure is something that you will consider possible. You will always see that possibility because honestly, you will never succeed without the possibility of failure. There's always that. They're always a couple. You cannot call it success if there was never the possibility of a failure. Right? So when you are already successful, no, it doesn't get heavier. It only gets clearer na if this one fails, I am ready to take responsibility. Ganun lang siya because you're aligned.
Galing. Thank you for that, coaches. Kumbaga parang sinasabi mo, pag nagkamali, parang nabigyan ka ng relief na, ay, hindi yun yung approach na mag-work. Try ko to. Basta sure ako kasi aligned na ako sa ginagawa ko. Hindi lang nag-work data to. So, kumbaga parang lalo ka pa pala tumapang. Kasi na-experiment mo na yung isang, this will not work, goodbye, hindi ko na to gagawin. Okay, mas makaka-focus ako. Parang yun yung alam mong hindi ka nagpa-perform kasi mas tumapang ka. Yan, that's what I get from it. So, I hope, Sheena, Coach Chris was able to answer your question. So, now let's go to Anne. Paano ma-separate ng isang high achiever ang self-worth niya from achievements, titles, at validation ng ibang tao? Ang ganda nito. And I want to hear both from Coach Days and Coach Chris. Coach Days, you may start. Oo nga, ano na parang ikaw ito, pero paano mo i-detach na hindi ikaw yung title mo, hindi ikaw yung yung mga good projects mo, at hindi rin ikaw yung failure mo. So, ikaw, Coach Days, how would you answer that question?
Ang ganda naman ng tanong niyan. Yeah, well,
Universe.
to be honest, dahil nga lumaki tayong performer, there was a period of my life na it's really attached. Like, especially I remember my very first, freelance jobs. Magkamali lang ako, iyak ako. Kasi nga, sanay akong bawal magkamali. So, pag nagkamali ako, feeling ko ang bobo ko. Na parang, ako, matanggalan ako trabaho. Diyos ko, grabe talaga iyak, matanda na ako nito. Ayun ang mga early days ng VA ako. So, for a while, it really, like, my job and how I do well in my job is me. Is a reflection of me. Like, pagkatao ko siya. And then I just realized na, as I was, getting wiser, getting older. Na-realize ko siya with the experiences na nangyayari na, teka, I'm going through life and I experience certain things and I evolve parang I change my values, my perspective, nag-widen, may nado-drop kasi hindi na aligned, may nakuhang bago. So parang when I realized that, and before I go there pala, because my identity was very much connected in my view at that time sa trabaho ko. So nakakonect din yung self-worth ko. And because that was my mindset before, I was a very ano ba? Confident ako sa work pero tapos nagpe-perform pa ako, no? So just reflecting back, and parang ngayon ko lang siya na-realize or naisip. Parang I think naging factor siya bakit akong people pleaser nung mga panahon na yun, lalo na sa work. But then, yun nga, because kasi bumagsak ako sa work or pangit yung nagawa ko, ang nagpa-realize sa akin, baka late na siya, pero na-realize ko talaga when it affected my kids. Like talagang naging eye-opener ko siya na parang yung tendencies ko ng pagiging perfectionist, di ba, kaya akong freelance kasi gusto ko mag-homeschool. Yung view ko ng homeschooling, sa park, relax. Pero bakit kami nag-iiyakan? So, so grabe rin yung mom guilt. Parang, akala ko ba lang na to, nag-work from home na ako, so nag-homeschool, nagagawa ko lang, pero bakit, ang sakit? Talagang may ngit-ngit na naman. So, yun, napapost na naman ako, and then doon ko na, I don't want that. So I think that's why yung panganay ko, si DJ, I really call him like my anchor. Kasi there was a time he told me, I asked him, tulog ka na kuya? Sabi niya, yes mama. Question, sabi ko, baby, if you were to describe mama in 3 words, like how would you describe me? Tapos sabi naalala ko na siya, 18 na siya ngayon, adult na siya. Pero during that time, yung mom pa ako, sabi niya, you're very smart, you work hard a lot, but you're cranky all the time. Kanyang gano'n. Oh, okay baby. Siyempre para maging open siya, hindi ako mag-react masyado. Pero nung umalis na siya, iyak talaga ako. Hindi ako cranky all the time. Hindi ako lagi nasa laptop dahil gusto ko. Kailangan kasi. So doon, so parang yun yung naging, my kids really made me become a better person because I became more aware of what characteristics and traits I have that are not supporting me anymore and even certain beliefs. And because of that, doon ko na slowly realize na no, as I go through life, nag-evolve ako, and one mistake or whatever mistake I did here, balikan natin, ano ba yung totoo? Like, what is true? Nagkamali ka ba dahil ng 10 times ka nang tinuruan or first time mo siya? So, nung biniligan ko yun, yeah, they're mostly because first time ko na-experience, hindi ako masyadong na-train. So, it's really not about me. It's either I didn't have enough time to learn it or may kulang sa structure or sa training. But it's never about me. And dun ko na slowly na-realize na, okay, my work is just an aspect of who I am. It's not me. Kasi there are other facets to Daisy. I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm a colleague, and hindi naman din laging perfect ka sa lahat ng yun. May mga times na you're growing in one, and it may feel like failure right now, but again, when masyado kang galing, for me lang dahil masyado akong galing sa kailangan perfect na upbringing, kaya feeling ko, failure ako. Pero nung binaba ko siya sa, okay, what is true talaga? What is data? Remove the emotion from what actually happened. Doon nag-surface, okay, ganito lang siya. And then doon ko siya slowly na-detach. And I became kinder to myself because of that, which led me to becoming more open and relaxed as a mom too. Na nag-translate sa homeschooling namin. So, for me, parang, yeah, my kids grounded me, but then, babalik ako dun sa vision na ang vision ko ng homeschooling masaya na sa park, nagre-read lang. Bakit hindi ganon? So parang pag yung vision ko, hindi ganon yung reality ko, nagpo-pause ako. Tapos ang pinaka-trigger talaga para upuan ko siya na ma-pivot agad pag nandyan na naman si ngit-ngit. So parang that has been how it has been for me. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what you call it, but yes, we are human beings, but there's a lot that make us us, not just our work. So do not let it define you.
Nakakatuwa. Grabe no, yung parang yung mga ganitong question na it's out of curiosity and insight. Ang daming talagang
Naku guys,
ito
pang
pala
retreat
na.
na tong mga usapan natin. Halika na, sali na kayo.
Diretso na
Dapat
tayo
ano
sa
to mga 10,000 na retreat.
Thank you for sharing that, Coach Chase. Kasi iba talaga yung kumbaga nabasa lang sa book, sinabi ni ganito expert versus yung you live through it. 'Di ba? You went through it. So it's so easy to just bring it out from your heart. So thank you for that question, Anne. And I think I will go to our last question, Roxy. I think, eto, thank you for sharing this, Roxy, kasi you have this powerful aura na palagi ko nakikita sa ano mo mga posts mo and when I see you in person sa Filipina Women in Business Summit. So parang thank you for this question na you showed your vulnerability. So the last question for Coach Chris. How do you expand your capacity to handle more responsibility habang nire-regulate mo pa rin yung nervous system mo, especially sa situations na hindi mo naman fully controlled yung outcome without falling into overwork or pagiging too controlling? Kasi I've noticed for myself, kapag tumataas yung level ng responsibility ko, like handling clients or making bigger decisions, parang ang tendency ko is either to over-control yung process or mag-overwork just for me to feel secure. I'm curious how you would navigate that.
I love that. Sobrang specific ng ng situation.
Yes.
But I do believe this is something that leaders really go through. Napaka-common ito sa leaders na, okay, ang dami kong responsibilities now. How will I regulate my nervous system para, alam mo yun, hindi ako maging micromanaging, hindi ako maging over-controlling, di ba? Just to make sure that everything works together. I kind of relate kasi like ngayon, I'm handling a team of like 15 people and bigay ko lang tong kwento na to. There was this one weekend where I was talking to one of our leaders and I'm like, nape-pressure na naman ako. Na-overwhelm ako, sabi kong ganun. Ganito kami ka-open. Okay, ganito kami ka-open sa namin, sa team namin na, and it's only because we know each other really well on how our brain work together. Okay? So that's the only reason. And then sabi ko, parang nakaka-feel ako ng pressure and overwhelm and I think I need a break. And then sabi niya, sige coach, mag-break ka ng 3 days, ako na bahala. Tapos nag-break na ako ng 3 days. Sinabihan ko si Rina kasi is my ops head din sa team. So sabi ko kay Rina, mag-ano ako magbe-break ako 3 days. Balik ako ng Tuesday. Sabi niya, go, I'll take it from here. Ganon sila ka-grabe mag-cover sa'yo. First is, it's kind of for me, there are 2 factors playing out here. Not just you, but also your team if ever you have a team. Kasi parang if you're a leader, of course you have a team, right? So first is, you know how your body can actually regulate the fastest way. Because marami ang tinuturo sa atin on the internet on how we can regulate our nervous system. But none of it is personalized to us. Okay? So your specific body has its own nervous system regulation process. So kaya isa din sa mga programs ko is about emotional and nervous system regulation. Ngayon, the other part of that is actually your team members or your leaders. Because if you are in an environment, it's always the environment with the people. If kahit gaano ka pa ka-regulated, if the people you are working with is actually really triggering the stress response in you. Note, yung katawan mo kasi merong stress, may stress trigger yan. Ngayon, that is out of your control. The regulation, you can know it and you can practice it, pero pag yung stress trigger mo is trigger nila, that is out of your control. May stress ka talaga. So, it goes both ways. You as someone who can regulate your nervous system and the other part is the people you are working with. That's why it's really important do I really belong here? So that's the overview of it, okay? Ngayon, dun sa tanong mo na, how do you expand your capacity to handle more responsibility? Basically, it goes back to know your body better because everything, paano ba? I encountered this coach, high-level coach. We are talking about the same thing. And yung mga offers niya is nasa 20K USD, 30K USD. Sabi ko, wow, pwede ko pala i-offer yung mga offer ko that way kasi same lang naman yung ano namin messaging. But anyway, she said this one line that really hit me. There's no truth in the mind. The truth lies in the body. Because whatever your body tells you, that's the truth. Your mind can be, ano, 'di ba, can be influenced by what you hear, what you see, all those things. That's why when you are regulating your nervous system, it's the only way that you can actually handle. Parang baliktad nga yung tanong na, how do you expand your capacity to handle more responsibility? You cannot until you know how to regulate. Because it will always be on how you handle your own body. Actually, not even just the nervous system kasi your nervous system is just part of your body. It's just one system in the body. It's just your nervous system is literally just your brain and then your spinal cord and then your nerves. 'Di ba? But how about your your gut? How about your tawag nito? Your gut, your lungs, whatever. So, yung chest mo. So, there are other parts of your body that are actually more sensitive than just your nervous system. Kasi like for my brain type, yung nervous system ko talaga yung pinaka-sensitive sa lahat. And there are people na ang pinaka-sensitive is the gut. There are other people na ang pinaka-sensitive is the chest. So when they say you regulate your nervous system to handle more, it's not necessarily just the literal na nervous system. You really have to know ano yung part ng katawan mo that is impacted the most when you're undergoing through stress. And that's what you will know when you actually know kung ano yung design mo. 'Di ba? But this one is very Roxy, I would be honest with you, this one is a very specific na to your brain design. Not doon sa decode na ginagawa namin, okay? But yes, it's very possible that once you already know how to handle your body, you will be able to know how to handle your nervous system, and therefore, you will be able to expand your capacity. It's really, and honestly, it's not really about your capacity. You are always capable. I tell you, whatever it is that you want to carry in life, you are capable. You just really have to make sure na involved yung katawan mo sa decision making mo. Because your body is the one that does the work. Is your brain part of the body? Yes. That's the one that does the work. Okay? I don't know if I answered the question right. Just let me know if hindi pa.
Yeah. Thank you for your questions. Nakakatawa eh. Kaya sabi ko, parang kailangan lang ng warm-up ng community ng Powerhouse OBM para ask ng question. And when they start to relate with your answers, Coach Days and Coach Chris, talagang nag-share na rin sila ng insight niya. So, in line with that, we want to invite you na Coach Days will be having her 7-day reset systems challenge. So, we will share the link here in under this comment sa FB Live. So, also with Coach Chris, abangan nyo po. Andun ulit ako. I'm all around. Andun ulit ako helping her team with her Decode Your Aligned Path workshop happening on May 16. And more details to be announced soon. Ayan, ilalagay din namin yung ayan. Thank you, Ann. Ito rin yung code. So, siguro,
excuse me, RJ, may isisingit lang ako.
Go,
By the way, for those who will join the Decode workshop, meron pala tayong, Rina, may 'di ba? Meron tayong discount code exclusively for POBM members only, and it's a 1,100 discount code, and it is expiring on May 1 at the May 1, 7:30 p.m. So it's literally just 48 hours na discount code. And by the way, kung ano yung price niya kasi ngayon and tomorrow, mag-i-increase yun sa May 1. So kahit pa may 1,100 ka na discount sa May 1, nagtaas na din kasi yung price niya by that day. So if you are planning to come to the Decode, take advantage of your discount code plus the price that is still available at lowest price actually until April 30. Okay, that's really just it. Thank you, RJ.
Yeah, thank you. And siguro I want to ask any, kumbaga, final reminder, Coach Chris, for everyone who are with here na lahat sila high achiever eh. Pero how do you want them to start telling themselves na it's okay to heal, it's okay to prioritize their happiness, it's okay to prioritize their safety. Parang how do you want to talk to them sa lahat po ng community members natin dito as a final reminder or gentle insight? You may go ahead, Coach Days. Ay, nakamute pa po. Ayan.
Um, ano ba? Gusto ko happy lang. No, I mean, I'll just, take my message siguro from my core. My core is joy. And, pursuing joy doesn't mean you choose easy. It just means na, things can go hard, but you're happy to embrace them all because you know you're aligned. You're doing things that really lights up your soul. And if ever you're in a place that you know you can do more, you can do better, or there's something else that you should be doing, but then your current reality just doesn't allow you to do that yet. Just, join our communities or join communities wherein you could see other people who are like you so that you'll see muna the possibility. Because sometimes it's so hard to picture what's possible for us if we haven't observed it yet. Eh. So make what you want to become your reality normal by immersing yourself in environments and groups of people who are already living what you want. So that you also take on their vibe, their energy, and by naturally being in that type of environment and support, ano lang eh, yung mga, shackles that limit you unknowingly, they lose their grasp sa iyo eh. And then you become more open to receiving more help, more opportunities, and then soon enough, nagulat ka na lang, you're working towards, getting free of your current reality pala. And then, yun nga, another is, what really grounded me during my periods of transition before was being really clear on my vision on how I want my life to be. And it's not easy because more often than not, people closest to you will not get it. And that's okay. They will cheer you once you made the cross na eh. Pero right now, they're gonna be your strongest, detractors or mga mag-a-add ng stress just because they also worry and they're coming from a different perspective. So just, view it from a place of love. But if you're clear and you know na you're meant to do better, slowly, work your way, dahil may practical side lang ako, especially kung breadwinner kayo guys, make plans that will allow the transition that you plan to do a little less stressful by putting guardrails in place. So, ipon ka, paunti-unti. Kasi if you totally jump, I mean, that's possible, but then people have done that. But for your sanity, as much as possible, please still put guardrails in place. Meaning, meron tayong parang yan, may mga funds naman na pangtabi para when you make the transition, let's say you're doing another career, mahirap maghanap ng career ng wala. Diba? Makadagdag lang yung sa stress mo, mawala ka pa sa focus. So, as much as possible, really don't lose the vision, but just ground yourself by being practical din na walang maapektuhan because para lang, stable ka as you make the transition and yeah, pursue whatever makes you happy. It may take a while, but if you know it's really what you're meant to do, it's all gonna be worth it in the end. Because we all really just have one life to live. So might as well doing it by living and, might as well live it by doing the things that you really want. Ayun lang. Pursue joy.
Thank you, Coach Days. And for your final reminder, Coach Chris.
Ayun. Sasagutin ko pa ba yung tanong mo? Sige, sasagutin ko na lang. Yeah, the permission to choose yourself, to choose your path. Ganito kasi yun. May kwento na naman. When I was doing email marketing, ito kasi yung last na freelance offer ko or service na ino-offer ko before I transitioned to coaching, like making a living doing what I love. during that time, syempre yung malaking, because I am a breadwinner, by the way, wala akong backup, and my partner is the one assigned sa mga bata. So basically, I am the breadwinner. And yung number one question naman talaga natin, di ba, as breadwinners is that, what if ma-risk yung yung financial stability namin if I will pivot. So I am a huge believer that you already know what to do in life. Like, you already know what to do in life. You've already decided on things, and prove to yourself that you can decide in a way that is really aligned with you. Ngayon, it is not actually the decision making that you are having a hard time with. It is really more on permission. Kaya tama yung tanong ni RJ, permission na sa sarili mo. It is really more on giving yourself the permission to pursue a life that you will actually enjoy. Kasi I I I don't think you are imagining a life na wala kang responsibility, right? You're imagining a life that you're still doing your responsibilities, fulfilling your responsibilities, but you are enjoying it. Gets? So alam ko yun yung nasa isip ninyo na future. And yes, it exists. It probably is just one day away. May 16 ganun. Pero yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that that yung makakabigay sa'yo ng permission na yan is really just you, and to give you a clear example of that one is when I was worrying, when I was holding myself back from making a living doing what I love, it was the time na paglalapit sa akin yung anak ko, tapos meron akong trabaho, bigla akong naiinis. Na parang, basta yung, parang I lose my cool during that time. And na-realize ko na pati yung relationships ko was suffering because I was working in a misaligned work, and I was earning well. Pero what if, lang pala, you can work in a work, or you can live a life where you are aligned with your work, you are aligned with the things that you are doing, you are earning well, and your relationships are actually going great, and your health is not suffering. Because that life actually exists, and it's just one decision away.
Yes.
And you know what's only standing between you and that decision? Kumbaga, your life right now and then this life, the one that's only standing between that is you giving yourself that permission. Walang nagtali sa'yo. Walang nagsabi sa'yo na hindi ka pwede mag-decide dyan. It is actually just you thinking na, ano sasabihin nila kapag ginawa ko to? Ano sasabihin nila kapag pinili ko to? But in reality, when you step into that life, they will be thankful that you actually chose yourself, because the happier you are, the better you can provide. The better mom you can be, the better partner you will be, the better service provider you will be to your client. Yun lang.
Thank you, Coach Days and Coach Chris. I think before we go, can we have a photo? Kasi, ato siguro parang mini, ko na rin, homework sa inyo na you can write whatever realization you have now and then put the date. April 29, 2026. Kasi marami sa pinangarap ko lang noon. Sinulat ko lang noon, nagkatotoo na ngayon. So, siguro I want to close this na, yeah, take photo muna tayo. Can you please open your cams? Kasi parang yung ibigay nyo rin sa
Yan.
sarili ninyong nandito kayo sa session na to. Kumbaga God allowed you to be a part of this. Tumama siya sa schedule nyo and it's for a reason. And maybe that reason or that purpose would start as a seed in your heart. And the moment that it would start to bloom, it would start to plant, masasabi ninyo na dati nakikinig lang ako sa mga stories kagaya ni Coach Chris at Coach Chase. Tapos dumating sa point na kayo na yung nagsispeaker, kayo na yung may own book, kagaya ko, kayo na yung dinadala sa ibang bansa. It all start with that seed. And thank you for giving your time today na makuha yung mga insights na to, but may God bless you na paano nyo pa siya palalaguin. So yeah, let's take a photo and for core memory ba?
Yes, love
Rain,
it.
can you take a photo? Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Sige, let's capture this moment.
Okay, let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you, thank
everyone.
you.
Have a
You
good
too.
evening. Thank you so much, RJ, Coach Chris, for
Thank you
sharing
so
your
much.
knowledge. And
Ay,
yeah,
thank you, Coach
oh,
Days,
yeah.
and happy birthday, by the way.
Bukas pa, pero yeah,
Yes!
thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Happy birthday.
Advance greeting. Thank you. God bless
Happy
everyone. Have a great
birthday
rest of the week.
po.
Thank you so much, RJ, Coach Chris, Rince, and everyone.
Okay.
Bye.